The gates of Holy Cross Girls' College, Nsukka, creaked open with a sound like something waking up after years of sleep. Chiamaka stood beside her parents' car, clutching her metal trunk box and her mosquito net, the afternoon sun painting her face gold and nervous. "Be a good girl," her father said, adjusting her collar. "You know your father's money doesn't grow on trees." "Yes, Daddy," she whispered. Her heart thudded like the chapel drum. The dorm mistress, Sister Benedicta, a tall woman with kind eyes and a rosary that clinked like tiny bones, smiled faintly. "You'll be in dorm 9, my dear. That's where the quiet girls stay." Quiet. Chiamaka liked the sound of that. But when she entered the long green building, she felt a strange chill, as if someone had just exhaled on her neck. The walls were cracked, the air damp with the scent of Dettol and old dust. A single oval mirror hung on the far wall, its surface slightly fogged and tilted, almost watching. At night the lights went out early. From across the room, she heard the gentle sobs of homesick girls, the creak of iron bunks, the buzz of mosquitoes. But beneath all that, something else breathed, slow, faint, off rhythm. She turned to the mirror. For a second, she thought she saw someone move behind her reflection, someone standing just over her shoulder. When she looked back, there was no one. Days passed. Chiamaka tried to adjust morning devotions, mopping corridors, eating beans thick enough to break a spoon. Everything was strict but familiar, until one humid evening, as she bent to sweep under her bunk. Her broom snagged on something paper-thin. A folded note, yellowed, edges burnt. She opened it carefully. "If you're reading this, don't look into the mirror after midnight. Her name is Ngozi. She wants a friend." Her heart pounded. Who was Ngozi? She looked around. Nobody was watching. She slid the note into her locker. But all night, her thoughts wouldn't stop replaying the words. At midnight, the generator went off, and the compound sank into silence. Only the crickets sang. Then came the sound of footsteps. Soft, slow, coming from inside the dorm. She peeked from her bed. Everyone else was asleep. But the mirror glowed faintly, catching moonlight that shouldn't have reached it. And there, in its reflection, was the outline of a girl, hair loose, face pale, uniform torn at the sleeve, standing perfectly still behind Chiamaka's reflection. Chiamaka gasped and covered her face with her blanket. The air turned cold enough to sting her nose. When she gathered courage to look again, the mirror was empty. The next few days blurred into each other. Chiamaka couldn't sleep. She'd wake up drenched in sweat, convinced someone was watching her. The mirror seemed alive. Sometimes her reflection smiled when she didn't. Other times it blinked too slowly or too late. Her seatmate Nkechi, a bubbly girl with a sharp tongue and 2 missing teeth, noticed. "You look like you saw a ghost," she teased. "Maybe I did," Chiamaka said before thinking. Then quietly, "There's something wrong with that mirror." Nkechi grinned. "Let's test it then, tonight." At midnight, both girls sneaked to the far end of the dorm, torchlight trembling in their hands. The mirror was silent, fogged slightly. "Say your name," Nkechi dared. "Ngozi," Chiamaka whispered before she could stop herself. The torchlight flickered. The mirror surface rippled just once. Then, as both girls leaned closer, their reflections blinked, but only Chiamaka's image turned its head. The sound of quiet sobbing filled the air, though no one was there. They ran. By morning, the mirror had a faint handprint in its center, small, like that of a child.